I'm actually kind of on the same page. I really like this draft from T1, which is not something we find ourselves saying all the time, but, you know, definitely a lot of respect shown to Afrika. I think that Afrika's draft as well is pretty good. I like some of the synergies they have going on. There's not an amazing ball carrier, but there's a lot of, like, champions that you kind of support with shields and some speed ups with that. They have some decent scaling. I think it is a bit better than the side of T1, but if T1 gets ahead, I think they're going to be in a great spot here.
Yeah, I think so too, but if they fall behind, Pyke is not going to be very easy to utilize in the later stage of the game. Can be very risky to try to engage with him. He's going to have to rely on that Jarvan engage, rely on some casts, and he's going to kind of fall out of his element, so they do need to get an early lead.
Absolutely, that's going to be the play here for T1 as we hop onto the Rift for game number 1. I didn't get to talk about too much, but I'm really expecting Keen to kind of dunk on Kana, especially the way that it's been going recently. As, okay, it seems like Fly knows this the whole way, but is it going to matter? The hook comes in, and he will have to flash that wall. Dread is here as well, and they're just going to be happy with getting that flash early on. Do is Olaf right now. He's not really looking to take trades. He's looking to, okay, that's a nice little hook here onto the Thresh. Lehens with the Flay, looking to turn it around, but level 6 here for the Kai'Sa. But looking to get this return kill is Bang. One-on-one now. As Bang will take the worst part of this trade, though. He's got to be careful underneath this turret, as he could just get flashed on when the Q is available. And Bang is going to have to back away and lose even more CS.
Close to death, that he's had to back several times. He's lost several waves of farm. He's lost 2 turret plates. This is exactly what you want if you're Teddy. Meanwhile, Keen,
he's kind of getting run down in an awkward spot here. He's going to get cast into the wall. Here's the Jarvan. Easy follow-up with the Cataclysm. And Keen is staying alive for a while with the Dominus on 2.
Being insanely ahead. He's now 41 CS, 45 CS ahead at the moment. So how do you deal with that?
Yeah, Bang is also late to this lane. We got a 2-on-2 up here. Great counter gank. Timing comes in here from Dread. And now the Pyke is just left all alone here. He's got nothing. That is a really unfortunate ultimate. Why even use it at that point in time? A double kill now to Dread.
This could be the beginning of Afrika starting to pull ahead in terms of where their composition scales. Especially with this.
Love this. Gonna start with the box. Not able to get the Flay off, though. That means that objective, or rather that cooldown is down for this fight now. Afrika say, let's just run at the dragon and see what happens. And they might just be able to. Let's see how this engage does come down. The ball in a good spot, or at least it was. We have a little bit of a flank coming around the back here. I think that's from Carry.
Yeah, it is.
Looks to be. We get this hook off, and immediately the Gragas is just going to die eventually. Takes them a while, but they get it done. And look at this, just fighting front to back. Afrika are rolling them in the river and making it look easy. This Drake is absolutely theirs. Yeah. And Ori's Xayah in the late game is just going to be, it's going to be insane. Like, against this engage they have, Xayah can kind of just laugh at them in many situations. We got a kind of strange 2-on-3 going here. We got the Cataclysm coming in from Cuz. That's a really fed Olaf, though. I don't know if you want to go toe-to-toe with that guy right now, but they do get a bunch of support from their team.
On this Drake, Dread is going to solo it. And again, these are Ocean Drakes that make their comp so much stronger.
Oh boy, here we go again. Cuz is not tanky, by the way, guys. He's got Gore Drinker and a Cowl, okay? So, he's got Bladed Steel Caps as well, you know? I don't want to take that away from him, but...
This is just so easy to deny. If you back here as T1 too, Afrika just push mid and they can actually start the Baron themselves fairly soon. Okay, Keen a little out there.
Right. Yeah, they're going to try to jump onto him, but he does have teammates nearby with a Lantern. But let's see, it looks like Lehens just wants to start the fight. He doesn't need any Lantern, and this is what happens. Bang immediately comes up. Foes are not able to help out at all. They just flash onto him. He doesn't have flash anymore because he had to get away from that shockwave. 3 easy kills as the Ocean Drake was being taken by Olaf.
Yeah, solo.
They're just kind of laughing in the face at T1 right now.
Yeah,
just play it really safely and slowly eke out this game, and I love the way they've been playing so far. Nice engage here on the Fly. This is what they need, but big boy Olaf is here to try to protect his mid laner, and Fly is going to survive for now. Finally does get burned down from the Red Smite, probably. As, you know, they get the 1 pick, but at this point, it's kind of too far gone. As Afrika, with the Baron buff and 3 Ocean Drakes, they will just look to push whatever lane they can find. and they would eventually pull out ahead. So they've been taking it pretty slow.
Yeah, and Bang
have been in a good spot.
Bang being stable in lane, I think, was the really big boon for them. As Dread will get caught here, but I don't know if did he get
catching
caught,
who?
Yeah, exactly.
Who's catching who here, Wolf? It's gonna be Kana just dying. And the Thresh is just getting insane value in this game. You see they're trying to engage onto that back line. Bang still has Featherstorm. Again, who's trapped in here with who is really the question you gotta be asking. Bang doesn't even have to.
Teddy, he's trying so hard.
Teddy, he's trying. Yeah, he's trying. But a double kill
Teleport
will go the way of the Xayah, and they are just gonna push in and end the game here at about 35 minutes.
Yeah. Phenomenal Xayah performance here against his former team. And that's all there is to it. Hoping for a more standard draft from T1 in game number 2. You know, and I think it still was a very good draft as we take a look at the damage here. I thought the draft was solid. It had a clear theme. It had a clear goal, a clear objective, right? And the theme that they built around, you know, having the Gragas just be stable in the top lane. He built tanky, control the bot side, snowball it. It's a good concept, but the execution was not good enough. And Afrika's defense was phenomenal.
This one, and I'll be curious to see how these lanes do go. You know, can Kana pop off in a way that, you know, some of our Akali players have, or will it kind of fall flat into Keen's Gragas? Obviously, Keen a extremely strong laner, so we'll see if Kana can kind of rise to the challenge up there. And this is another opportunity for Closer to kind of come out here and carry in early to mid game if he really begins to pop off. I think this is what people want. They want some kind of proof, you know, like, why isn't Faker playing?
Yeah.
Can Closer do something better? I think this is another opportunity for Closer to do just that.
Yeah, I think so too. Big pressure on him in this game, but I think he is going to have a fantastic second game. I've got a feeling we're going to a third game, Valdez.
Could definitely happen, Wolf. We're jumping into game 2 first and foremost.
You've got all this, you know, you're fighting for your spot, you're Teddy, you're like, is Gamusha gonna take my spot? I just don't feel like it can't be overstated.
It's an important point, but we got some points to make up in the top lane. Say Dread, a very fast rotation, and Kana just too far pushed down the lane, just gonna get burned down and taken for first blood.
Minus the bot lane, right? You know, the bot lane is where there's a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, we'll see how much that affects it. We're going to have the collapse here from Afrika. Dread and Lehens, or rather T1, Dread and Lehens way too deep in the enemy jungle. As flashing over the wall here is Lehens, he nearly gets hit by that Voice Seeker. Just barely going to dodge to the right. As, you know, delay this rotation as much as possible. Dread's going to get in position to try to burst someone down. We'll see how this goes.
Lehens.
Oh boy,
no flash.
He might just be dead. Not able to get that Aftershock down, and Fly is going to be baited into this one as well. The last auto gets Fly as he is flashing away. Pretty unfortunate there. Collateral damage over the wall, and that is a nice couple of pickups now for T1.
This is huge. I mean, the thing is, you mentioned it, right? The kind of greedy slowdown attempt from Afrika Freaks to stop that rotation back down to the bottom lane so Bang can actually play the view game. He's like, thank you. I'm 20 CS behind, but, you know, I would like a little bit more space. And this setup here, I mean, it's a very aggressive setup to try to force the first member who checks to go back, but it's an amazing sleep from Closer. It's all you need. There's no flash on the Nautilus, and then Fly gets caught here as well. Like, the damage output has to be respected, and unfortunately, Bang, you know, he's going to get this wave at least, but his advantage in the bot lane was very short-lived.
The Pantheon's just able to dive over. And speaking of Pantheon, we're trying to get on top of Fly. That's a really nice scat of the week, but here comes the burst, and the pain is... And this straight-up draft definitely working a lot better here for T1. They have so much pressure on the Drakes, too. It's either going to be Infernal or Mountain Soul, so that's going to feel pretty nice. Nice engage on Tekeria, though, but he is Pantheon at the end of the day, so he's able to just dodge a lot of that damage. Here comes the follow-up, though. Teddy is going to have to try to ult away, but Dread just has too much damage. Kana into that backline now. Trying to get onto someone. We see the burst onto Bang, but he's not the majority of their damage right now. Here comes Fly, and he's got a lot to come in here. He did use that ultimate already, but low health bars on the side of T1. You can see Fly desperately trying to take out the Olaf, but he just sticks alive for way too long, and Cuz is able to trade that one out so perfectly, and they will finally ace the side of Afrika.
And the flank angle is meanwhile on live. Caster
Yeah,
first
we're unfortunately going to have to interrupt you there, Wolf. He doesn't have his flash, but Afrika are just missing everything, so he's going to get away.
Afrika Freaks really on the back foot now, and it is the Infernal Soul. We mentioned it was going to be great no matter what. The Infernal is going to be so much extra damage. So Freaka Freaks really need to, I mean, hold that thought. This Kana is trying to join Freaka
Kana's
Freaks.
kind of in no man's land here. Not sure what he's doing all the way in the enemy jungle. As there's a follow-up from Keen, should be a pretty easy cleanup kill.
Total control. Kana's going to have teleport, so even though he's backing right now, he will be able to rejoin. His Dread is being very aggressive.
Yeah, and he has the ability to do this. Closer is just going to get dominated 1v1. Even had Keen coming over. Afrika say, the hell with the Infernal Drake, the hell with the bottom side of the map. We're just going to push top lane and kill solo laners.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an amazing trade, but if you're just going to simply give the Drake up, then it's what you're going to have to do. Is Carrier's coming in.
All right, trying to jump onto Dread here. They might have the damage this time around, and it will be enough. You can see that Keen with this tanky build trying to trade it back, but unfortunately not going to be able to. Takes a while to kill him, and actually the Shuriken misses, so...
Spear misses,
guys.
Void Seeker misses. Keen's like, all right.
He's like, maybe I can kill Carrier here.
He might be able to if Kana messes this up. He's going for it.
He flashed. He's going for this one. It's not going to work out, though, I'd imagine.
Nope.
Okay, finally. Big kill. He's like looking for picks in the enemy jungle and getting extremely aggressive. I kind of like it here, as this isn't much to like here for Keen, as the flash will come out. The spear not going to be enough, actually, as even the Void Seeker not going to be able to take him down. So the tank
with the Graves, like you're going to have such a hard time. Maybe you get that rotation, you get that pick on a closer, but otherwise, I mean, he's looking for closer here, but if he just walks away.
Yeah, he's just hunting closer. That's basically what he's doing. Kana has a great flank on the back line. You see that Graves immediately is going to go down. And that's a good trade at this point in time. Kana able to kill the Graves. Yeah, they give away the Infernal Soul, and already the Zoe and all the carries on the side of T1 are way too far ahead. So you can see they're looking for the pick here. They're trying to get on top of Carrier. The cask is going to be good, and they do take him out. This is a great team fight, as Kana is not here yet. And they're going to try to get on top of Closer. Closer doing insane amounts of damage, but he does have to back away eventually. Looking for it now as well. Kana tries to get in there, but it will not be successful. And just like that, Afrika are back in the game.
I mean, that was it. That's the hyper-aggressive engage that you need if you're a Freaka Freaks to blow somebody up. On T1, you get that initial kill, and the fight just goes your way.
You see, now he's even getting aggressive. Carrier has to flash away. And that is not where you want your Pantheon to be. And now they've caught Closer in the mid lane. They just blow him up. And that is 2 kills now. As the Olaf isn't able to do anything alone, they're just going to look to dive this one. The cask helping out with the damage. A triple kill now for Bang, who is 6-1. The thing that's good for T1 is that Bang did not pick up his Infinity Edge. He's just before it. So that could be a turning point here in this game, as Afrika are just going to go for the Infernal Drake. You can see here comes the damage from the Zoe. The Drake is going to go the way of Afrika. They're going to find Carrier again. And no support on the side of T1. Everybody's zoned to the top side. This is not the team fight you were looking for, and they find the Zoe and just blow her up immediately. Did she even exist in this fight?
No.
That's the question, as she immediately goes down. 4 kills the way of Afrika, and Teddy was not able to do anything. Maybe he'll take out Lahenge here. But Afrika don't care. They're pushing to win.
Yeah. I mean, Freaka is going to push this inhibitor down at very least 2 minutes. I mean, you can't win that fight anymore for T1. Here's the engage.
Okay. Some poke onto that front line. Cuz immediately down to about half health, and T1 are just running away. They do not want to engage. They're like, no, we can't fight this. And Dread wasn't even there. That was a 4v5 that Afrika just walked up to T1 and snatched out of their hand like candy from a baby. You know, T1, it seems like finally they were posturing correctly, but it's too little too late. And at least the sleep is good from Closer, but Keen, it just looks like he's playing with his food now.
This is a tragedy for T1.
And unfortunately, we haven't seen one fight where that is the case.
And that Freaka are just going to try to get every inhibitor here. I mean, they have such a nice setup to engage on. Anyone steps over the line, and looks like...
Here we go again.
Speaking of which,
yep. Cuz is not a front line, he just immediately dies. And Dread now is front lining. He's gonna die probably here. Has a GA though, so he's just fine. As Closer will get picked. It's looking like this is gonna be a 2-0 in favor of Afrika, as Bang will finally clean up, picks up the quadra kill, and they will make this look easy. 36 minutes into the game. Afrika will do it again and take the 2-0 over T1 tonight.
Talked about Flame Horizon. It's Dread who gets one across the...
That's what he's worried about. It's like, oh man, we got the 2-0, but oh man, I got Flame Horizon. Well, Bang, there's one thing that you got at least ahead of Teddy, and that is more damage. And that's because your team set up more situations and more team fights where you could actually do damage. Take a look at Closer's number. I mean, nearly 30,000 in this game, but at times it felt like he was the only person doing anything.
Yeah.
Because a Zoe from ahead, you know, does have that kind of ability, I suppose. But
she's just so
no
reliant.
follow-up from there.